All right. So what? Anyway. All right, what's up now? We're back again with another episode of Getting Naked with Nasty, uncovering the beats with Nasty on the Beats. I am Nasty on the Beats, www.nastyonthebeats.com, and we're about to get into this next episode. I know y'all love my crochet hats. Do a little something, something. I'm always excited about every episode that I do because each beat that I play comes from a specific moment in time, and I'm sure other producers can identify where they were at, especially as your career goes along. Just like rhymes can document where you're at as a person, experiences that you've gone through, past, present, where you're hoping to go as far as future. It has a documentary type of agenda to it. So does production for me. So I can remember, just as much as I'm an MC, I can remember where I'm at when I write certain rhymes, certain choruses, what led into the songs and so forth. But also where beats were created. I can look at the series name and it kind of tells me about what time of the year that it was, what year that it was, and so forth. So this is a special beat. This is when I started to really break out into the hardcore, like boom-bap, hard drums, because I spent a lot of time with international samples and a lot more softer drums. So this comes out of my drama series, and it's called X-Ray Hitler. just the name that I came up with. And really excited to kind of get in there and show y'all what I did to chop it up. So we're going to get right into it. Really excited, really quickly, I'm really excited about what's happening going forward because for my, my musical endeavors, I don't necessarily call it a career because it's not necessarily there yet. I'm more into the artistry and catalog building in the midst of getting into the process of really trying to do more with it from a monetization standpoint. And even maximizing, and I'll be subtle about this, even maximizing the return in ways that are other than just money. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that holds up a lot of creativity. It's life. You know what I mean? So you got bills, you got families and stuff you got to take care of. But sometimes that gets in the way of being creative, you know what I mean? And y'all know I'm very spiritual. You see, I got this shirt on today that says chosen. 1 Peter 2:9 is actually where the term royal priest is actually used in the Bible. And for those who actually know me, they know I am the royal priest called to be nasty. The royal priest is something that I use for a long time from a ministry standpoint and from a, I'm an author as well and podcasting and so forth. So, all right, without prolonging too much, we're going to go ahead and get into this. I'm in this new season, I start to play the sample all the way out because I didn't do that before. So let's just go ahead and do that right now. And this comes from the Dramatics. There was a specific day where the Lord got me up that morning and he said, today you're going to sample the Dramatics. And I'm glad that I did because some of those beats ended up on the Feverish album. And the Dramatics, you just have to know, is one of my top 2 old school groups of all time. And that's a tie with the OJs. So the Dramatics and the OJs are my top 2 favorites. And then, I get into the Impressions and Blue Magic and some other groups and so forth. So, all right, let's go. One of the things that often happens, so every now and then I have some beats that I'm not really feeling, so I'll go back and remake them, rework with them. But the reason why some beats come out not so good is because once I pull a sample, I intend to do something with that sample. You know what I mean? I don't think this is one of those beats, but I'm always in there. I got to be able to squeeze something out. You know what I mean? So All right, so let's get into it. We go to track. All right, let's mute all of them. Let's start with the kick. Snare. All right. What's on the 3? All right. On the 4. Open hi-hat. Okay, so an additional snare there. All right. You know what's on the 5. And as always, put that shit on 6. All right, real quickly before I go any further, you saw how that was really choppy. I'm like that with samples. I'm just now getting to a point where I'll let more of a sample play out as I'm working with the beat. You know what I mean? But a lot of times I just need the notes. You know what I mean? So my samples are very, very fine in the chopping. 7. Okay. 8. Okay. 9. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna work my top row backwards. 16. I think that's a shake. Okay, nothing on the 16. That's weird. 15. A lot of cymbals working there. Even a little stutter in it. 13. An additional kick. All right. Now we're going to go all drums. And now we go over to song mode. That's what it is. Nice hard beat. Again, right now it's not committed to any project. So if anybody interested in the beat, holler at me. We'll talk price, payment, and so forth, and we'll go from there. This has been another episode of Getting Naked with Nasty. Uncovering the beats with Nasty on the Beats. I am Nasty on the Beats. www.nastyonthebeats.com. Holla!